Well, it's James the Canadian Comedian. Find me online at www.reverbnation.com/Canadian Comedian. And yesterday we did a little walk out in the front yard and orchard on the property here. So today I thought we'd go for a little stroll through the bushes and the forest on the back end of the property. And just, invite you to come along for a virtual nature walk. And just for those that are stuck at home and aren't able to get out of the house or, find places like this. And it looks like it's pretty soggy back here today, even though we've had some beautiful sunshine. Looks like the trails are getting a little wet, so I'll have to be careful where I'm stepping so I don't step in any big pools. And bear with me as I go a little slowly here. I'm stepping in the mud and the water and trying to get past the prickle bushes. And my foot's all wet now, but that's all right. We'll go for a wander anyway. All these prickle bushes and blackberry bushes here are really growing up this spring, even though we're barely into spring here. I'm getting poked as I step over them. But we'll go and see along the edges of the path here, the trail, that it's quite soggy, and I'm getting held up on some prickle bushes here. But I'll just continue on wandering and get to a little bit of a clearing here, and then we'll connect on to another trail. So for all of you that are staying at home and washing your hands, social distancing, and all of that very important stuff in these days, I'd just like to thank you for doing that and looking after your community and each other, your family, your loved ones. I know it's a bit of a challenge now, as it's something that we've never had to go through before. You can see the big trees here. In another month they'll all be nice and green and full of leaves, but for now they just look bare as spring is upon us. But again, we've barely touched on spring, and as I said, the blackberry bushes seem to grow regardless, so they'll have to be trimmed down along the trails for the summer. But then again, it's all private here, so it's for us to enjoy and to bring you out for a virtual nature walk here online. See, some of the trees are blooming now and getting nice rich green colors. It's quite beautiful. And of course, the moss-covered limbs on the other trees and all the way up, it just really adds a contrast to the gray and the brown. And you can see you got some flowers starting to bloom a bit here in the back. Some of the ferns that tend to stay green most of the year. As we're here in South Surrey, just wandering around, keeping in mind social distancing and self-isolating for those who are doing it. Again, thank you. And I hope you enjoy this little bit of a nature walk here. Even though we're doing it online, I invite you to make sure that you stay aware of current conditions and current situations throughout Canada. If you're looking to learn more about COVID and current testing numbers and positive numbers and so forth throughout the country, you can always log on to www.covid19canada.org. and you can get daily updates and information that way as well on the numbers and testing, and broken down province to province and territory to territory. So as we enjoy a nice little walk here, I'd also like to send a shout out to all of the people working the front lines, all of the truck drivers, all of the grocery store workers, the medical teams, paramedics, care home staff, and all of those that are out there working in very challenging situation and circumstances. So thank you to all of you who are doing that. See a lot of fallen trees. That's from windstorms over the years that have blown down some of the dead limbs, and some of the others that were not dead, but still were not the strongest either. Again, you can see some nice green ferns growing along the base of the cedar tree here, or the cedar stump. Okay, and just beyond this is more fields that run about another 2 city blocks that way. But for most of it, this is the edge of the property here, and then it backs on to another acreage that again is runs about 2 city blocks here in South Surrey, and it's just a very nice, calm, quiet place to just enjoy. Summertime, I'll come out here and I'll get pictures of the birds and video clips with all the birds singing. You can hear some if I quit talking for a few minutes as we walk back towards the main property. Then you'll get to hear some of the birds singing, but they seem to be a little quiet today. If you're on Facebook, you can always do a quick search there, isolation challenge, or just hashtag isolation challenge. We do have a group online that you're invited to check out and join. Everybody can join it. We share videos from comedians and musicians and just anybody, just sharing fun videos or, you know, positive messages with each other in a time of challenge. It's important that we all stay positive and we come together as a local, national, and an international community, because it's striking worldwide. So if we share positivity and stay connected in the form of a virtual world, it will help people get through this. I know that there's a lot of people that have mental health challenges, depression and anxiety, and this is definitely not helping them in any way. So I encourage you that if you do know of people who have challenges that way with their mental health, that you reach out and check on them. Give them a call, Skype them or FaceTime them, and just check on them, make sure they're doing okay, and just make sure they know that they're not alone in everything they're going through right now. I always like this tree here with the big